On her wedding day, she did something no bride had ever done before. Instead of opening her gifts, instead of counting money, instead of smiling with pride, she carried every wedding gift behind her house and she buried them. Plates, clothes, money, jewelry. She buried everything. By morning, the whole village was whispering. Some laughed, some were angry, some were afraid. And when the truth finally came out, even the elders had no words. Her name was Abeni. She was known in the village as a quiet woman. Not rude, not proud, just quiet. Abeni spoke softly. She walked slowly, and she listened more than she talked. People said she was strange. Others said she was wise. Most people simply ignored her. She lived with her aunt after losing her parents when she was young. Life was not easy, but Abeni never complained. When women gathered to gossip, she stayed silent. When others bragged, she smiled and looked away. And when a good man named Kola asked to marry her, the village was surprised. Why her? People asked. She has no loud beauty. She has no rich family. But Kola said only one thing. She has a peaceful heart. The wedding day came bright and warm. Drums played. Women sang. Children danced barefoot in the dust. Guests arrived from nearby villages carrying gifts. Some brought money in envelopes. Some brought pots and plates. Some brought wrappers, shoes, and jewelry. As tradition demanded, gifts were placed in a corner of the compound. Everyone waited for the moment the bride would open them, but Abeni never did. She smiled. She greeted people. She thanked them kindly. Yet her eyes kept moving toward the gifts. As night fell and people prepared to leave, Abeni did something unexpected. She asked her husband quietly, "Please trust me tonight." Kola nodded. That night, when the compound was quiet, Abeni wrapped the gifts in cloth. One by one, she carried them behind the house. She dug a deep hole and she buried every gift. By morning, the news had spread. Did you hear? She buried the gifts, all of them. Women rushed to see the spot. Men shook their heads. What kind of woman does that? Is she mad? Is she ungrateful? An elder asked her aunt, "Did you raise her like this?" The aunt only sighed. Even Kola was confused. He asked gently, "My wife, why?" Abeni looked at him and said softly, "Please, give me time." The village waited.
Days passed. Whispers became insults. Women mocked at the river. "So you think you are better than us? You don't like gifts?" Some people were angry. "She disrespected our effort. She buried our kindness." An elder summoned her. "Abeni," he said, "explain yourself." She bowed her head. "I will," she replied, "but not yet." The elder frowned. "Secrets grow teeth," he warned. That night, Abeni could not sleep. She dreamt of fire, of crying, of hands reaching from the ground. One morning, something strange happened. Where Abeni buried the gifts, the ground sank slightly. By evening, ants covered the place. Then birds gathered. People noticed. "Is something wrong there?" they asked. Children tried to dig. Abeni stopped them. "Please," she begged, "do not touch it." Fear crept into the village. Some said she was hiding witchcraft. Others said she was cursed. Kola stood by her. "She has never harmed anyone," he said. But even he was worried. One evening, Abeni called the elders. She stood before them with trembling hands. "I buried the gifts," she said, "because I have seen this story before." Everyone leaned in. "My mother died on her wedding night," she continued. Gasps filled the air. "She was given gifts," Abeni said softly, "gifts that were bought with jealousy. Among them was money mixed with poison." The elders exchanged looks. She died before morning, Abeni whispered, and the truth came too late. Silence. I was warned, she said, that not every gift comes with clean hands. She raised her head. I buried them to let time reveal the truth. The elders agreed to dig up the gifts, carefully, slowly. When the first bundle was opened, a scream broke the air. Inside one pot were dead insects. Inside another cloth was money soaked in a strange smell. One necklace had turned black. An elder stepped back.
What is that? Maggots, get back! It's cursed! Run!
The village went silent. Abeni covered her face. I did not want to accuse anyone, she cried. I only wanted to protect my home. Women who once mocked her began to cry. Some covered their mouths in shame. Others looked at the ground. One woman stepped forward slowly. Her voice was shaking. We did not all come with clean hearts, she said. The village breathed in sharply. Another woman began to sob. I was angry, she confessed. People praised her too much. I wanted her joy to turn bitter. No one spoke. The elders understood now. Jealousy had walked into the wedding, wearing smiles.
The elders ordered all the gifts to be removed. They were burned far from the houses. Prayers were said. The ground was washed with herbs and water. That night, the village slept peacefully. For the first time since the wedding, Abeni slept deeply. No dreams, no fear. When morning came, the air felt light again. Women greeted Abeni softly. Children smiled at her. No one laughed anymore. Kola held her hand and said quietly, "You saved us." Abeni only nodded. Life returned to normal. Abeni never spoke of the incident again. She cooked, she worked, she loved her husband. She lived simply. People noticed something else. Her home was peaceful. No sickness, no sudden problems, no strange arguments. Other marriages struggled. Hers grew stronger. And people began to understand. Years later, elders told the story to young brides. They said, "Not every gift is love. Not every smile is blessing. Wisdom does not shout, it protects." They taught that gratitude is good, but caution is wiser. And whenever a bride hesitated before opening her gifts, someone would whisper, "Remember Abeni." Abeni never became rich, but she became respected. She never shouted her wisdom, she lived it. And that is why the woman who buried her wedding gifts was the woman who saved her marriage, her home, and her future.